So the next one in line that I want to do leaves me just with these mandibular premolars and molars. This is generally an area that I would use parallel technique. Because these sensors are bulky, it makes film placement difficult. So with a parallel technique, I'll for sure get the last molar and I'll likely get the fourth premolar, but the third premolar is the tooth that I'm likely going to cut off. So what I recommend is doing a bisecting angle on that area. So with a bisecting angle technique, if you push the sensor in back far enough, you'll be able to image all three of those teeth without any issue. So let's get the sensor organized for that one. Okay, so you're just going to put it flat as far back in the mouth as you can, like that. Your cone is going to come from the side, so again, make sure you position it so it's going to go dead onto that arcade. And then because it's a tooth at the side, you're going to go to the front of the mouth to line up your angle. So at the front of the mouth, what I'm going to see is I'm going to use the front view of my sensor. So there's the front view of my sensor. The teeth as they go into the skull are going into the skull about like this. So halfway between my tooth angle and my sensor, which you can see here, leaves me about there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cone, I'm going to pretend that there's crosshairs and a collimator light, and I'm centered right in the area that I want, but you can see that I'm aimed right at my bisecting angle. Okay, so again, bird's eye view for any premolar tooth is at the front of the mouth. When I take the x-ray and look at the screen, if I wasn't able to get that sensor pushed in far enough, what's going to happen is I'm going to be cutting off the last molar. If that's the case, then what you're going to do with your sensor, take it out and then just push it in like this as far as you can to do a parallel technique. So a parallel technique always works well in the last molar. So there's your sensor in place, and then for a parallel technique, you just take your cone and you direct it right at the sensor and take your x-ray. So you may have to do that parallel technique, you may not have to. It just depends on if you can get that sensor pushed back far enough.